Welcome, Nine Dimes Project. So we're discussing why. Nope, that's the wrong outline. Give me a moment. By the way, most of the time we don't edit these, as you can tell. Alright, so this is video number 5, or it's not video number 5, it's video number 5 of our new videos. So this one is why college is the biggest scam sold to not just one generation, but at least 4 generations. I think it's starting to change, but let's go. So, you might have been told your entire life, go to college, something to the effect, go to college, or you'll be broke, you'll be deficient in your finances. Let's put it that way. And so, there's two main reasons why that falls on its face. And one is there's a good possibility you won't get a good return on the IRA of the cost of college, university. And the second one is there could be nothing in while going to the college, university, nothing in, and that you gain nothing from it. Or let me put it this way, you don't really figure out, you don't discover your purpose in college, right? Even if you do gain some sort of skill, but that skill is not what you want to do in life, you're not going to stick with it that long in most cases. Not if you're searching for your purpose, right? So there's the $2 trillion or nearly $2 trillion student loan debt crisis, destroying lives. And we're just gonna expose why college has become the biggest scam in America. And this isn't anti-education, this is anti-financial destruction, right? So, just making sure we're still recording. Alright, so the math that doesn't add up. The average 4-year degree is over $100,000. That's tuition, room and board and fees. And then the average starting salary of college grads is only about $55,000. And the average student loan payment is $503 per month for 10 to 20 years. So the math on that is you spend 4 years and $104,000 to get a degree, and you're making an average of $55,000 a year, and you're paying $503 a month in loans. That's $6,000 per year, and that's how it would go if you could afford that $503 per month in loans. And then after taxes and loans, you're taking home maybe $35,000 to $38,000. And so, alternatively, if you skip college and you start working immediately, you have a 4-year head start in career experience. And you don't have any debt, unless it's some other consumer debt like credit cards or nothing or something. But if you don't do any of that, you have no debt, and you're actually saving and you can be investing for that 4 years. And by age 22, you could have 40 to 60K saved and invested, while people that went to college, unless they had a full scholarship or whatnot, they're $100,000 in debt. And it's really, you shouldn't be going to college unless you got full scholarship or close to a full scholarship, or your parents have had saved up for you or something like that. That way you won't have these big loans, right? So the return on investment breakdown. Some degrees have a positive ROI. Engineering, computer science, nursing, medical, other medical degrees, maybe attorney, something like that. And even some of that is starting to fall, right? And then most degrees have a negative ROI. For instance, communications, psychology, liberal arts, basket weaving, so on and so forth. And no matter what, unless you have a scholarship or you had some sort of 529 plan, it's costing you the same. No matter what college degree you choose, it's still, on average, $100,000 over a 4-year period of time. And a lot of people take more than 4 years. Some take less than 4 years. That's to a smaller degree. But usually it's 4 years or more. And then let's go with the opportunity cost. $100,000 invested at 8% from age 18 to 22. That's $2.1 million you could have by retirement. And we've talked about retiring in half the time, as the conventional wisdom says, 30, 40 years. But here we're showing you how you can get there in 20 years or less. So you're not just spending $100,000 on college, you're giving up $2 million in your future wealth. All right, so the lies. You need a degree to be successful. That's the number one. And the truth is 60% of millionaires don't have a college degree. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, all dropouts or had non-traditional paths. Some people get it after they're already wildly successful, just to do it, I guess. And number 2, college is an investment in yourself. But the truth is, it's only an investment if it generates positive returns. A $100,000 degree that leads to a $35,000 job is a terrible investment. Investing $100,000 in skills, certifications, and business would generate better returns. The third lie, student loans are good debt. And the truth is there's no such thing as good debt when it takes 20 years to pay off. Student loans can't be discharged in bankruptcy, and you're stuck in them forever. They'll delay you buying a house, starting a business, building wealth for decades. And lie number 4, everyone goes to college. The truth is only 37.9% of Americans have a bachelor's degree. Make sure still recording. The trades, electricians, plumbers, welders, so on and so forth, make $60,000 to $100,000 with no debt. And tech boot camps create 6-figure earners in 6 to 12 months for 15 to 20K. And the 5th lie is you'll make $1 million more over your lifetime with a degree. The truth is that stat includes doctors and lawyers who need degrees. For the average graduate, that million is eaten up by debt, interest, and opportunity costs. They never compare college grads to skilled workers who started at 18 with no debt. And they're still shooting up the salary. All right, so when does college make sense? And some alternatives. So college isn't always a scam, but you need a strategy. If your parents are just throwing you in, first of all, if your parents know you had terrible grades in high school and they don't have money for you to go to college, it's probably not a good idea to go to college without some alternative money available. And that's not a loan. So high ROI degrees, engineering, computer science, nursing, accounting, law. The degrees that lead to $70K plus starting salaries. And if you're not pursuing high income fields, you may want to reconsider. Second path is use other people's money, scholarships. Apply for 100 plus scholarships, treat it like a part-time job. There's billions in unclaimed scholarship money every year. Athletic scholarships, academic scholarships, niche scholarships. And the goal is graduate with zero debt or close to it. Path number 3, 529 college savings plans. If your parents started a 529 plan, use it. It's tax advantaged. Money grows tax-free for education purposes and can be used for trade schools as well. Certifications, not just four-year colleges. And if you have a 529 plan, use it strategically for high ROI education. And If we haven't talked about 529 plans before in this channel, we'll revisit them. 529 plans, UTGMA, and what's the other one? UTGMA. And there's another one that sounds like it. So, military GI Bill. Serve 4 years, get full tuition, or it's 4 years, 36 months, something like that. Maybe, you could probably get away with 3 years in some cases. But housing allowance, you get a housing allowance and you get a monthly stipend. Graduate with 0 debt. You get military experience, discipline, and benefits. And the post 9/11 GI Bill covers up to $26,000 plus per year. And you're paid to get educated, complete 180 from student loans. And in some states, there's a few states where you can join the National Guard of that state and you get 100% tuition. It's not all states, it's a few states. It may be about 5 states, maybe a few more than 5 states. But if you want me to discuss that, I just need one person to say it in the comments and we'll go over it. And path number 5, community college and then transfer. So you do your first 2 years at a community college, or you want to do something like 60 credit hours, right? 60 credit hours or more. And maybe an average of $7,000 a year. And then you transfer to a 4-year university for 2 years. And it's the same degree you would have gotten if you started at a 4-year degree, but it's at half the cost, right? Maybe you spend, or in some cases, less than half the cost. $20,000 or $28,000 versus $100,000 on average. And this is a hidden hack that not too many people talk about. Plus, a lot of cases you'll get at least 2 degrees if you do aid and associates at the community college, and then you go to the 4-year college and you have a bachelor's degree. So you can end up with at least 2 degrees. Path number 6, employer tuition reimbursement. Companies like Starbucks, Amazon, Walmart, UPS pay for college. Maybe many of the Fortune 500 companies as well. You can work part-time, get a free degree, and graduate debt-free. Might take longer, but you're earning while you're learning. So there's some more alternatives that are not discussed a lot. So you don't need a college degree to build wealth, but you need skills and execution. So alternative 1 is trade school. You can be an electrician, a plumber. You can do HVAC, welder. What's another one? I guess you can have a CDL and drive, if that's your thing. Drive across the country. You can graduate debt-free, start earning immediately, and you're in high demand forever, or at least until technology catches up to those fine-tuned motor skills. Alternative 2 is tech boot camps, 3 to 12 months, 10 to 20K. Do a coding boot camp and starting salary at $70K to $120K. You can do user experience, user interface design, $65K to $100K. Data analytics, $70K, $110K. Could go beyond that. It's a fraction of the cost, immediate job placement, and you have high earning potential. Alternative 3, certifications and self-learning. You can get a Google career certification of $300, IT support, data analytics, project management, it's a big one. AWS cloud certifications, $150 to $300 is your cost. You can start off with jobs at $90 to $130K. Now with these certifications, it would be also a better bet to have a project to show or two and be able to walk the hiring person through those projects, because the certification, I think that's you'll get looked at, but being able to explain how you do the job, that will actually get you through the door better than just having the certification. Then there's real estate license. Could be $500 or $600 to start, and you have unlimited earning potential because you could sell as many houses as you can sell. And your total cost for any of these is under $1,000. It's massive income potential. Apprenticeships. Alternative number 4 is apprenticeships. You can get paid while you learn a trade, earn $30,000 to $50,000 during training, graduate making $60K to $100K with zero debt. And this is the model Europe has used for centuries. And alternative number 5 is entrepreneurship. You can start a business. You can start a business with $0, depending on what it is. Like, you can literally start from nothing, build up, reinvest in your company. You're learning while doing. You keep 100% of the profits. No degree required, just results. Many millionaires never went to college. They built businesses instead. All right, so how to make your decision. And you can calculate this. This is the college ROI calculator. Before you commit to college, run these numbers. Or ask these questions. What will you major in, and what's the average starting salary? If the starting salary is less than $60K, college might not be worth it financially. Question number 2 is, what's the total cost? Tuition plus room and board plus the 4 years of opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is so important to factor in. Real cost is usually $150,000 to $250,000 when you include lost wages that you could have been earning in those 4 years. Of course, you could have a part-time job while you're in school, but if you have a full-time job, you're doubling and tripling up. Question number 3 is, how will you pay for it? Scholarships, 529 plan that your parents started for you, GI Bill. If you got one or all of those, it's a green light. Go. Parent savings, proceed with caution, because there could be a better solution than using parent savings. It's It's an option, but who knows? All right, student loans, that's a red flag. Only if you have a high ROI degree where the starting salary is at least 70 grand or 65 to 70 grand. Or 60. 60 at a bare minimum, but 70, 75 is way better. Anyway, question number 4. Could you achieve the same career outcome without college? If yes, tech, trades, sales, entrepreneurship, then I would consider those than going to college. And so, are you going for the right reasons? That's question number 5. Are you going for the right reasons? The right reasons are you have a clear career path, you're in a high income career field, and it's free or very cost efficient or not very expensive education. So the wrong reasons to go is everyone else is going, I don't know what else to do, or for the party experience. And even networking is not a good reason to go to college, because you can network. You have to pay for networking. Okay. I think that's a terrible reason to go to college. So the formula is expected life income earnings with a degree minus the cost of the degree is a net benefit, compared to expected life earnings without a degree equals the net benefit, and choose the path with the highest net benefit. So, you can grab our wealth calculator, the links in the description. It's like a budget, but you'll see how you're building wealth as well. And then what else do we have? We have a savings calculator and a 30-day money challenge. All those links in the description. And so comment below. Are you going to college? Have you been to college? And what I want to say, how do I word this? Could say how long, if you've gone to college, say how long have you been out of college? How long have you been in the workplace? And how close you are to retirement. If you've been in the workplace 20 years and you're nowhere near in retirement, that might be a problem. I would say you were misled. It's my 2 cents. But we'll see you next Monday. We love you. Peace.